Ravensburger, if you are listening, I want to see Atlantis the Lost Empire in this game. Please make it happen. You included Treasure Planet, one card from Treasure Planet, one in the first one, but that gave me hope. So if you like card games and you like Disney, then you've probably heard of this little game called Lorcana, and you have probably heard how impossibly hard it is to get, but how awesome it is. So let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome to TerreDice, where we love to talk about all things games. My name's Mackenzie.
And I'm Jonathan, and today we're taking a look at Disney Lorcana. We're going to talk about Season 1 and all of the news about Season 2, which is releasing very soon. Now, you might have heard of Lorcana and all of the craze that has been behind this. This is a highly anticipated trading card game, which trading card games, you might have heard of Pokemon or Magic, but those are games where you get packs of cards, you don't know what you're going to get in it. Generally, there's a couple rare cards towards the end and a foil card, and you basically add those into a deck that you play with, and you play competitively, you play against your friends, and you mix and match cards and trade with people. Now, we did get to go to Gen Con and go to a Lorcana release party where we got to see it for the first time and really get involved in the trading, and that was my first time trading cards. They had this scavenger hunt where we had to trade cards to get a certain set before we could turn in our thing. And it really forced me to be okay, I'm gonna get rid of this one copy of this card and I'll get something in return for it. Yeah. And I kind of liked it, a lot more than I thought I would.
Well, I think it's super exciting to build out your deck. And if you've been hearing about it lately, then Chapter 1 has been extremely popular. And it has, if you're able to get a copy of this game, then
so Lorcana, like we said, is a trading card game where you are going to make a deck out of these colors of ink. Now the story is that we are basically painting with this ink to create these glimmers of characters.
Yes, we are Lumineers.
Yes, and we're questing to gain 20 lore. So that is generally what you're trying to do. Each character is able to quest each turn to get lore. They might challenge other characters to try to eliminate characters from your player that you're against. And also they might have abilities that they can do as well. Yep. And you can sing songs. So you got lots of Disney songs, Be Prepared and Hakuna Matata and all these fun things. But essentially there are 6 colors of ink and you're going to choose 2 to construct a deck. So my deck is Amethyst and Amber, which is the yellow and purple decks. Yes. I got Mickey and Moana as my headliners.
Yes. And I personally am currently playing with Sapphire and Ruby. And then the other colors, which we missed, there's Emerald and then Steel, which is green. And the normie colors, green and gray.
Which is what we call them.
Yes.
No, it's a really cool game. It's tight, it's short. You can play it in about 15-20 minutes. I know that's what most of those games in that category are, but it's something that we haven't played before. Again, it's a Disney game. They pulled us in because we're Disney people. Yes. So it definitely has room on the market, and it's pulling in a lot of new people. Now, the release structure for this, they're going to release new sets, at least for now, every 3 months as I understand it. So we got our first sets that just came out a little bit ago. There's some new sets coming out mid-November to early December, and then they're going to continue to release new chapters. In each new chapter, at least based on what we've seen from set 2 so far, which we'll talk about, they are adding in new mechanics.
So if you want to know specifics on how to play, we actually did a live stream a couple weeks ago where we really go into examples and we do full 3 rounds of competing. So we have both been really enjoying this, and we now have all 6 colors.
We do.
Yeah, we do have all 6 colors.
We can make decks in each of the 6 colors.
And then we're getting
my
close.
Mom, shout out to my mom for going to every Target and Walmart for days until she found one for us.
It was really hard to find it in New York, but she was able to find them. She's always great at helping us out. So we've been able to construct some awesome decks. And thanks to Ravensburger and Disney, we did get 2 decks individually
at Gen Con.
At Gen Con.
Highly endorse the game. We're really enjoying it. However, you've now taken, you have Disney people who are pretty crazy already.
We are Disney people, so we can say that.
Yes. You now take, that's true, sorry for the caveat there. Look at my coaster. It's a Mickey Mouse coaster. This wasn't planned.
My mug is a Disney mug.
So then you take board game people or specifically card game people.
Different
who,
people.
There's completionists who want all 204 cards in the series. There are people who want to find the foil cards. There's people who want 4 of a kind because you can have 4 of the same card in your deck, and if I get 4 of these and 4 of those, I'm going to have all the Flotsam and Jetsams. It's going to be a great combo. So there's people who are looking for very specific cards, and when you only get 12 cards in a pack, that means you're coming home with a whole shopping cart of packs. So that is the initial thing. Ravensburger, this was also their first trading card game, their first phase. They were really excited about it and very passionate, but that's our dog. They didn't know exactly, I think, how popular it was going to be. Hence, they've actually announced that they're going to reprint this first series chapter here pretty soon as well. So what happened was we had a multi-phased release. So they first released it at local game stores. They got a couple weeks of exclusivity, and then it moved on to the big box retail stores. Now, that exclusivity was specifically designed so that we would all go to our local game stores, we would get invested. They're hosting events, they want you to get into the events, they want you to find a community where other people are playing the game. The whole point of that is to find people to play the game. Some stores did this very well. I've heard of a couple stores that did a very good job at this. Some stores squandered that opportunity. So I think here in New York City, our store was one of those that squandered that opportunity. So we had a store, Hex & Co., that charged 5x the price for starter packs and for all these other things. Now, more the power to them, like that's what the demand was at the time. They could charge that because that's what people wanted to pay to get the game. But in the sake of people like us, it basically meant, you know what, we're just gonna play at home. We're not gonna go do events at our local game store.
It's a difficult discussion because it is up to the individual stores because it's a free market. But I do really think it's really cool of Ravensburger that they gave all of the game stores like a first couple weeks before they released it.
Some did well. Some did very well.
Before they released it to retail. Ravensburger has made it very clear that they want people to play this game. They don't want this to be having to buy yourself in because the prices, the retail prices of the actual game that Ravensburger suggested, they are very reasonable for what they get in there. It's actually like sold like I think for a very, very reasonable price. So they want people to play. That's why they're going to do a reprint of this, of the first edition. So because they just want people to be able to play the game. They don't want this to have to like buy your way in to be able to play this exclusive card game.
If you have not gotten a chance to get your hands on cards yet, or if you found it very difficult to get them, there's 2 things you can do. Other than buy expensive cards, because please don't do that if you don't feel that you absolutely have to. It's very likely not worth it, and that you can wait, you'll be able to get it from the store. You're not helping Ravensburger any, because they've already been sold to those distributors. So you have a couple options. It's either you wait a little bit, those prices will come down, we will get more and more chapters. There's going to be reprints, which I hear the reprints might not even differentiate whether it's first or second printing, which means this value of those cards will not be exactly the same as what they would be if it was a collector's item. And if you are looking to play right now, there is a secondary market on TCG Player, which is a website where you can buy cards. And because everyone's opening all those packs to find all those rare cards, they have now like 60, Stitch cards and like 50 Dinglehopper cards. And so you can actually go on there and buy a bunch of cards for like 29 cents each. So if you want to just construct a cheapo deck, you can construct a deck probably for like 30 or 40 bucks. So definitely go check out that, buy some cards for 29 cents each from some seller. There will be someone who has them. And that can be a way that you can get involved in the game as well.
So that is a summary on chapter 1 and why we think we're going to continue. And speaking of continuing, let's talk about, they just started talking about chapter 2 and unveiling new information, and it is going to be called Rise of the Floodborn, which is where we see things, I think, just like we kind of got a hint of things, of weird things that were happening in chapter 1, and chapter 2 is where they are going to dive full into it.
The alternate universe.
Yeah, in chapter 1, I like to call it, some of the cards are like official fan art. They're like little twists on the character, like alternate universe, like you would never have seen that character do that before, but it's like reimagined. We are going to be seeing that here, like on a whole new level. So I'm going to pull up their website here so we can just see. But the idea is the Great Illuminary, which is like what is making all this stuff happen. It has spilled or broken somehow, and different like characters have gotten mixed into it, and now they are gaining like different powers, and so it's causing them to shift and change. So we're going to see like my favorite right off the bat, Gaston. It's basically like smart Gaston, like intelligent powerhouse. Like he has a brain now, and so like developed brain is what they're calling his like
he
power.
mixes with the develop your brain card. That's fun. Yeah, I also like Belle's pretty fun. She's like an archer, like a Robin Hood type deal. And whenever you challenge her, you have to discard your hand. So you're losing your hand to challenge her. It's just like so tough. Also, Wizard Winnie the Pooh is like pretty awesome.
So chapter 2 is going to feature an additional 204 cards, and there's going to be 6 new IP that are coming in. So in this one, it's going to be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Pinocchio, Zootopia, The Great Mouse Detective, The Jungle Book, and Raya and the Last Dragon. So in addition to the IP that they included in the first one, there's also going to be these new characters going in. And in addition to that, they are also doing a new power, and that's going to be called Resist. So that is going to be how much additional damage a character is able to withstand.
So like you hit them for 4, but they only take 2 hit points worth of damage.
Yeah, and the example that they're showing for that is going to be Cinderella. They're showing her as like in this knight, like the singing sword. So she's in this alternate version of herself as a knight, which is very cool. And then we are also going to see before that, who are you most excited is coming out of the new IP?
I am most excited, probably...
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, probably Great Mouse Detective, just because it's so niche and so random. But I'm really excited about Raya and Zootopia too.
I'm really excited about Zootopia. I'm so excited that they're doing Zootopia. And the Great Mouse Detective shows me that they're going to keep diving into fun,
all the fun ones,
different, not as well known properties. So what is interesting so far, I think that they're mixing up the 2 colors. So it's going to be Amber and Sapphire. They're going to be coming out as a starter deck, and then it's going to be Amethyst and Steel. They're going to be a starter pack. Ruby and Emerald are not included. So they are not a starter pack.
Though starter packs are not required, so you don't need a starter pack to play. You just need cards. So some people will already be happy with their starter packs from the first chapter. So.
But that is interesting.
It's just a nice reminder that you can swap.
Yes, I think that's what they're trying to do, is that you don't have to stick to the initial pairs that they set up. And then they also unveiled new playmats and new card sleeves. So let's talk about these card sleeves first. They're going to be releasing...
I'm dibs on the Mulan
I don't remember this Raya.
That's Raya.
Well, no, it's not. It's Aquafina. Raya.
Oh,
this
is
the last
dragon's
dragon.
name.
This is the last dragon.
Not Zazu.
Sisu.
Sisu.
All right, and now let's talk about the mouse pads. I mean the player mats. So I joke. It's not specifically Lorcana. I always call player mats as like glorified mouse mats. Yeah, but I do want this Winnie the Pooh wizard one.
I want the Beast one.
The Beast one looks really cool, but I think the Winnie the Pooh wizard one looks so awesome, and I love that he's a honey wizard. It's so cute.
It's quite good.
They're also going to be releasing Disney Lorcana Disney 100th edition.
Heck no, I'm staying away from that one. That's going to cost $5 billion.
Yeah, I know that one because they're specifically catering it toward collectors. Like say it's going to be perfect for collectors.
All right, I'll let the collectors and the scalpers get at that one.
But what it is, for those that are interested, it is 6 original artworks, never before seen artwork from Disney animators. So there's going to be 6 cards that you can get, and those will be releasing on December 1st into retail. So they're not releasing those to the game stores, so you can only get that in retail. So that is very interesting. And yeah, that's all we know so far. But I've been loving as they've been unveiling different cards and see more and more stuff. So again, that comes out November 17th and is going to be coming out to all stores on December 1st. But that's what we know, and I can't wait to dive into chapter 2. Please let us know down below if you have any questions about Lorcana, who you would like to see in the future. Ravensburger, if you are listening, I want to see Atlantis the Lost Empire in this game. Please make it happen. You included Treasure Planet, one card from Treasure Planet, one in the first one, but that gave me hope. And so I want to see Atlantis the Lost Empire. Thank you very much.
Good bet.
But let me know down below who you want to see in future decks and what you think about this whole Lorcana experience. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know whenever we put out a new video. And we'll see you next time.
Happy playing. Not Zazu. What's the dragon's name?
Insert name here.
No, I'm going to remember it. Rayquaza? No, that's the Pokemon name. Sisu.
Sisu.
Sisu.